So, incident response management techniques. Welcome to the incident response management techniques practice lab. In this module, you will be provided with instructions and devices needed to develop your hands-on skills. Learning outcomes. In this module, you will complete the following exercise. Exercise 1, review incident response playbooks. Exercise 2, use Splunk to monitor for port scanning. Exercise 3, create scenic image for investigation. After completing this module, you should be able to review the NIST Incident Handling Guide, implement the CISA Cybersecurity Incident and Vulnerability Response Playbook, implement Microsoft Incident Response Playbooks, install Splunk Enterprise and the Splunk Universal Forwarder, install and configure PAWINFW, identify port scanning using Splunk Enterprise, prepare a data source partition for forensic imaging, install the OS forensic application and create a new case, conduct a forensic image and mount the image on a partition for forensic investigation. Some objectives. The following some objectives are covered in this module. Given a scenario, perform incident response activities, explain the preparation and post-incident activity phases of the incident management life cycle. Will take approximately 1 hour to complete this lab. For more information using Practice Lab, please see our help and support page. You can also raise a technical support ticket from the page. Click next. Lab topology. During your session, you will have access to the following lab configuration: ACIDC01, ACIDCM01, ACI Win11, ACI Alma, and ACI Kali. Depending on the exercises, you may use all of the devices, but they are shown here in the layout to get an overall understanding of the topology of the lab. Exercise 1. Review incident response playbook. Successful incident response requires dedicated process of planning, detection, and analysis, containment and eradication and recovery, and post-incident activity. NIST through SP 800-61 provides the Computer Security Incident Handling Guide. CISA has operationalized the NIST guidance into the Cybersecurity Incident and Vulnerability Response Playbooks. These publications may serve as the backbone for incident response and/or creating enterprise-specific playbooks. Microsoft provides vendor-specific incident response playbooks that may be directly implemented or included as part of private enterprise incident response. In this exercise, you will review the incident response playbook and understand how to implement incident response guide. So learning outcomes. After completing this exercise, you should be able to review the NIST Incident Handling Guide, implement the CISA Cybersecurity Incident and Vulnerability Response Playbook, and implement Microsoft Incident Playbook Response. Your devices. We will be using the following devices in this lab. Please power this on now. ACI DC01, ACI Win11. Task 1. Review the NIST Incident Handling Guide. In this task, you will review the NIST guidance to identify how to handle incidents. Step 1. Connect to ACI Win11. From the taskbar, open Microsoft Edge. Step 2. In the Microsoft Edge, type the following into the URL bar and press. Step 3. In the Microsoft Edge, scroll down to page 30 to 79 and discover the handling an incident section. This section of the publication provides guidance on how to implement the incident response lifecycle. The guidance provides definition and methodology guidance, but it can be directly implemented during the incident. Keep the Microsoft Edge browser window open. Task 2. Implement the CISD Cybersecurity Incident and Vulnerability Response Playbook. In this task, you will review the CISD Cybersecurity Incident and Vulnerability Response Playbook and Incident Response Checklist. In the ICA 11, the Microsoft Edge browser, open the window, type the following into the URL bar and press enter. So in the Microsoft Edge, scroll down page 5 to 43. Note, discover the playbook based on the NIST guidelines provides actionable implementation to include Appendix B Incident Response Checklist. So task 3, implement Microsoft Incident Response Playbook. So step 1, the ensure you are connected to ACI Win 11 and in the Microsoft Edge browser window is open. Type the following into the URL bar and then press enter. Step 2. Microsoft Edge, scroll down and select the compromise and malicious application link. Scroll down to discover the workflow for this vendor-specific tactical level guidance for incident response. Close the Microsoft Edge browser window. Exercise 2. Use Splunk to monitor the port scanning. Critical phase in the incident response lifecycle is detection and analysis. Key indicator in the detection process is logs. In this exercise, you will configure Splunk Enterprise to collect logs from a log forwarder and analyze characteristics of port scanning to identify these potential incident indicators. The learning outcomes. After completing this exercise, you should be able to install Splunk Enterprise and the Splunk Universal Forwarder, install and configure TAWI and FW, identify port scanning using Splunk Enterprise. Your devices. You will be using the following devices in this lab. Please power these on now. So ACI DC01, ACI DM01, ACI Win11, ACI Alma, and ACI Kali. So task 1, install Splunk Enterprise and the Splunk Universal Forwarder. So the Splunk Enterprise application serves as a log collector. The Splunk Universal Forwarder is installed on network devices and forwards log to the Splunk log collector, Splunk Enterprise. In the stats, you will install and configure the Splunk Enterprise and Splunk for Universal Forwarder. So click Start. So step 1, connect to ACI Win 11. Click Start and type the following, then press Enter. CMD, Enter. In the command prompt window, type the following and press Enter. So MSIE X dot E Oops. One, 283, 1, one. Yes. Note, alternatively, the test may be highlighted and transferred to A711 through the menu web clipboard. The installation command will install Splunk Enterprise from its download location and will pre-enter the logon username and logon password into the installation from application. Additional fields supported flags that could be pre-filled in during installation can be researched at step 3. In the Splunk Enterprise installer, check the box next. Check this box to accept the license agreement. Click next. So step 4. In the Splunk Enterprise installer, type the following Splunk administrator credentials to establish the account. The username, Splunk admin, passwords, which is password, confirm password. So step 8. In the Splunk Enterprise installer, click install. The Splunk Enterprise installation may take several minutes. Once the installation is complete in the Splunk Enterprise installer, click finish. Step 7. In the how do you want to open this pop-up window, select Microsoft Edge, click OK. So in Microsoft Edge, enter the Splunk admin credential below, then select sign in. Step 9. In Microsoft Edge, at Splunk open, select never. The save password pop-up and got it in the helping you get more pop-up. So step 10. In Microsoft Edge, in the Splunk application, select settings. In a data selection, select forwarding and receiving. In Microsoft Edge, in the Splunk application forwarding and receiving window, select plus add new under the received data action section. Microsoft Edge, in the Splunk application, add new windows, type the following in the listen on this input field 9997. Click save. This is the port that Splunk will be listening on to receive data. Step 13. In Microsoft Edge, in the Splunk application at the upper left portion of the screen, select the Splunk Enterprise logo. Step 14. In Microsoft Edge in the Splunk application, select Search and Reporting in the Apps pane on the left. So step 15. In Microsoft Edge in the Splunk application, select Skip in the Welcome Administrator pop-up. The Splunk Enterprise installation and configuration are complete. In order to ensure that forwarded data can reach the Splunk Enterprise application, you will next configure the Windows Defender firewall to allow Splunk forwarded data. In the taskbar, click Start and charm and type the following. Step 17, in the Windows Defender firewall with advanced security, Windows select inbound rules, select new role in the action pane. In the new inbound rule wizard role type page, select port, click next. In the protocol and ports page, type the following in the specific local ports input field. So 8089 9997. Click next. Splunk is configured to listen on port 997. Port 8089 is the default Splunk management port that will enable remote management. Step 7, in the new inbound rule wizard, click Next through the following two screens. Then in the name page, enter the following in the name input field, Splunk, and then click Finish. ACI Win11 is now configured to receive forwarded input to the Splunk Enterprise application. Next, you will install the Splunk Universal Forwarder on ACI DM01. So connect to ACI DM01 in the taskbar, type the following into the research field and press enter. Command prompt window, type the following and press enter. Alternatively, the text may be highlighted and transferred to ACI DM01 through the menu web clipboard. The installation command will install Splunk Enterprise from its downloaded location and will pre-install re-enter installation configuration information. Additional fields that could be pre-filled in during installation can be researched at. In the Universal Forwarder setup, check the box next to the file agreement, select Customize option. Then in the Universal Forwarder setup window, click Next. The following 5 screens: 1, 2, 3, 5. Your username, slash admin, and password. Click Next. The Universal Forwarder setup Click next through the following two. Note, observe that information included in the command line instruction is already filled out in the Universal Forwarder setup. So click Install. In the Universal Forwarder setup, click Finish. Note, the Splunk Universal Forwarder is now installed and configure ACIDM01. So install and configure TAWINFW. Windows by default does not log successful connection. Additionally, firewall logs are not normally parsed and ready for interpretation by a log collector. In this task, you will install the TAWinFW add-on and configure it to forward firewall logs to Splunk Enterprise. Connect to ACIDM01, open Microsoft Edge. Step 2. The Microsoft Edge, type the following into the URL bar and press enter. So step 3, access the code, drop down and select download the zip. Open downloads. Right click and select extract all. Copy. In the File Explorer, navigate to C, right click anywhere in the details pane and select paste. In File Explorer, double click on the default folder, right click on the inputs on file, then select copy. Navigate to, select paste. Double click to inputs con file, select try an app on the PC. In the Windows can open this type of pop-up window. How do you want to open display? Select Notepad and click OK. In Notepad, type the following at the end of the inputs.con file. So note, alternatively, the text may be highlighted and transferred to A711 with the web clipboard. In Notepad, select the file menu and then click Save. Enter the following and press Enter. Services. In the Services application, right-click on the Splunk Forwarder and select Restart. Defender. Select Properties in Action Plane. Select Customize. Step 19. Select Yes from the Log Successful Connection drop-down menu. Click OK to return to the Windows Defender Firewall with Advanced Security on local computer window. So step 21 in the Windows Defender Firewall with Advanced Security on local computer windows. Repeat step 18 to 20 for the private and public profile tabs. So step 22 in the Windows Defender Firewall with security on local computer windows. Click OK. So step 3, identify port scanning using Splunk Enterprise. With the Splunk Enterprise and Splunk Forwarder setup complete, testing can occur. This task you will conduct a Nmap scan of ACIDM01 and configure Splunk Enterprise to identify the scanning IP address. You will then conduct a Nmap scan from ACI Alma on ACIDM01 and ensure Splunk Enterprise can identify a new scan from a new IP address. So step 1, connect to ACI Kali. So open the terminal emulator from the top menu pane. If necessary, enter the following credentials to access. So ACI admin, then password. So in the terminal emulator window, type the following and press enter. So Nmap. Note, the scan will take a few minutes to complete. Connect to ACI Win11. Open the Microsoft Edge from the taskbar to access the Splunk application. In the Microsoft Edge, type the following and then select search, magnifying glass on the right of the input field. Note, Splunk Enterprise is receiving logs from the Splunk forwarder at ACIDM01. The source type identified by the inputs conf file identified these forwarded logs as coming from the source type winfw. In Microsoft Edge, scroll to the bottom of the fields column on the left side of the screen and select plus extra new fields. The TA WinFW application parses the log fields as they are forwarded, but Splunk Enterprise does not label the parsed log fields automatically, hence it will be done manually. In Microsoft Edge, at the bottom of the displayed page, select the top row of the raw output. This step selects the first forwarded packet in its raw format. The Microsoft Edge at the top of the screen, select Next, and in the extract field header, the Microsoft Edge at the bottom right of the displayed screen, select XYZ delimiters. Microsoft Edge at the top of the screen, select Next in the extract fields header. So rename fields selection, select the space tab. Rename field section, select field 5 and rename it to. Click rename field. Then step 13, the Microsoft Edge in the rename field selection, select field 7 and rename it to. Click rename field. In the extract fields header, select next. Then step 15, in the Microsoft Edge, in the following into the extraction name report field, scanning. The top of the screen, click finish in the extract field header. Select the upper left Splunk Enterprise icon. Search and reporting in the left pane. The Microsoft Edge, type the following and then press search. Source type WinFW. The left-handed column of the screen display, select all fields. And select 20 or step 20. The Microsoft Edge in the select fields window, select and place a check mark in the box next to the following field. The STIP, the ST port, SRC underscore IP. Close the select fields window. So in the Microsoft Edge, in the new search input field, type the following and then search, press search. Note, alternatively, the text may be highlighted and transferred to ACI Win11 through the menu under web clipboard. In this case, the criteria which have been established to search for indications of a fourth scan on ACI Win11 are greater than 5 fourth connections completed and that the scan source was not 192.168.02. This criteria is valid for the lab conditions, but if implemented at an enterprise level, it would likely be modified to include the numbers of pockets receive, and connections made over a short period of time. Observe in the search output that 192.168.05 was identified as meeting and search criteria for conducting a full TCP Connect scan. Next, you will conduct an Nmap scan from ACI Alma and determine if the rule set created above can identify a new scan from the IP address. So connect to ACI Alma. So in the terminal window, terminal, type the following and press enter. It will take a few minutes for the scan to complete. So connect to ACI Win11 and the Microsoft Edge with the search string from step 22, still entered pre-search. Note, observe that 192.168.0.4 on ACI Alma now shows up in the search result as meeting the identified criteria for a port scan. Exercise 3. Create a forensic image for investigation. So, incident report response management may include forensic investigation in order to conduct an electronic investigation and discovery. A forensic image of the resource or the source data must be made. Additionally, the copied data may need to be mounted so it can be examined. In this exercise, you will use the OS forensic tools to create a forensic image of the drive partition and then mount the forensic image for analysis. So learning outcomes. After completing this exercise, you should be able to prepare a data source partition for forensic image, install the OS forensic applications, and create a new case. And lastly, conduct a forensic image and mount the image on a partition for forensic investigation. You will be using the following devices on this lab. Please power this on now. So ACI DC01 and ACI Win11. So task 1. Prepare a data source partition for forensic imaging using during incident response. The target drive could be a standalone device that could be connected to for forensic imaging. In this lab, the ASI Win11 machine will serve as the data source to be forensically image the location of image storage and the mount location. In this task, you will prepare ACI Win11 as the data source for forensic imaging. So connect to ACI 111. In the taskbar, select Start and then type the following and then press Enter. So partition. Step 2. In the next management window on this 0, right click on the C and then select Shrink Volume. Step 3. On the Shrink C window, type the following and then enter the amount of space to shrink in MB field. So 3000. Then click Shrink. Step 4. In the disk management on disk 0, right click on the unallocated partition and select New Simple Volume. On the New Simple Volume wizard, select Next through the following 3 screens. 1, 2, 3. So in the New Simple Volume wizard, type the following in the volume field. Label field. Data source. Then click Next. So in the New Simple Volume wizard, click Finish. The new volume that was just created will serve as a data source for the forensic image. Next, you will create the volume that will host the forensic image. In the disk management and on disk 0, right click on the C partition and select Shrink Volume. So 4000,
This volume will be the location of the specific image. It is intentionally made larger than the data source volume to ensure all data from the data source can be forensically copied to this volume. So, unallocated partition and select new simple volume. Click next, the three screens. Then volume label field, enter the following image storage. Then click next. Then the new simple volume wizard, click finish. From the taskbar, select File Explorer. File Explorer, navigate to C, then right click on the users folder and select the copy icon. The File Explorer, navigate to D, then right click on the empty screen and select paste. The File Explorer, when the one interrupted action pop-up appears, tick to do this for all current items, and click skip. In the File Explorer, when the file in use pop-up appears, tick the do this for all current items checkbox and then click skip. Note, the files that will not copy are not important for this exercise in this task. We created a volume of data that will be forensically imaged in the next task. So task 2, install the OS Forensic application and create a new case. So connect to AC Win 11, where the File Explorer window is open. Select Downloads on the left side menu and then double click on the OSF file. The select Setup Language window, click OK. The Setup on Installer, I accept this agreement, and then click Next. Next, and then three screens. Click Install, click Next, then click Finished. Select Continue using trial version, then select Manage Case from the left pane. Click New Case in the Manage Case pane. Then in the New Case window, type the following in the basic cast data case name input field. Data Source Investigation. Step 11. Select dlocale from the default drive drop-down menu. So click Browse from the case folder selection. Then this PC, image storage E, then click Make New Folder. And then select the new folder and rename it to the follows. Images. Click OK. Keep the OSN Forensic windows open. So conduct a forensic image and mount the image on a partition for forensic investigation. Now that ACI Win 11 has a data source identified and an image storage partition, the OS forensic tool can be used to create and mount an image. In this task, you will use OS forensic to create an image and then mount and read the read-only image for investigation. Ensure you are connected to ACI Win 11 and the forensic window is open. Select Create Forensic Image from the left pane, then click Add on the Forensic and Cloud Imaging pane. Image Setting window, select Physical Drive Partition from the Source Disk drop-down menu. Next to the target image file setting, and then in the Save Image to window, navigate to E-Image and type the following into the field name field. File name field, Data Source Image, and then click Save. In the image setting window, select SHA-2256 from the hash function's primary drop-down menu. Then step 6 from the hash function S, secondary drop-down menu, then select OK. Then in the Forensic Cloud Imaging pane, select Start This Imaging. Note, as a forensic image is being created, observe the primary and secondary hashes. These are created during the forensic copy to ensure the integrity of the data. In the OS Forensic, select Start from the left side menu. Then enter the following into the Start search field and then select Mount Drive Image. Mount. Then click Mount New. And then identify the disk image. Then data source image, click Open. Choose screens. Then click Mount. Then click Exit. And then the taskbar, select File Explorer. In File Explorer, navigate to FR Users. This is the amount of the forensic image that was created. In the File Explorer, right-click on the F-Users folder. Note, as a mounted forensic copy, the contents of the drive partition are not modifiable. Observe there is no option to create a new folder. So close all open windows, keep all devices that you have powered on in their current state, and proceed to the review section. So review. Well done, you have completed the Incident Response Management Techniques Practice Lab. Summary, you completed the following exercise. Exercise 1, review Incident Response Playbook. Exercise 2, use Splunk to monitor the port scanning. Exercise 3, create a forensic image for investigation. You should now be able to review the NIST Incident Handling Guide implement the CISA Cybersecurity Incident and Vulnerability Response Playbook. Implement Microsoft Incident Response Playbook, install Splunk Enterprise and Splunk Universal Forwarder, install and configure TA WinFW, identify port scannings using Splunk Enterprise, prepare a data source partition for forensic imaging, install the OS forensic application and create a new case, conduct a forensic image and mount the image on the partition for forensic investigation. So submit and then done. Then shut down all the virtual machines used in this lab. Alternately, you can log out the lab platform.